I'm a top pro pickleball player, currently ranked number 12 in the world on the PPA Tour, and in this video, I'm sharing the 10 biggest tips that helped me get here. These aren't just recycled basics or surface level advice. These are real mindset shifts, strategies, and habits that help me go from just another player to competing at the highest level. If you're serious about improving, these are the tips that will take you there. Let's dive in. So this might sound counterintuitive, but learning how to lose is what helped me start winning more. I stopped taking losses personally and started treating them like feedback. It's clear that you learn more from your losses than you do from your wins. Every loss shows you something. After the match, you get to ask yourself, why did I lose that match? Where did it go wrong? What did they do better than me? Ask what broke down, what decision would I change next time? These questions are literally data shown to you that will teach you how to get better. So the real action is stop hiding from losses, study them, learn from them, and let them get you better. These losses that I had actually exposed me to where I had weak points in my game. It truly helped me a ton. A big turning point for me was making the kitchen line a non-negotiable. In pickleball, there's one spot on the court where you have the most opportunity to create, attack, and win the point. The kitchen is the most dominant position in pickleball. I used to see the baseline as a way to try and sneak the ball past my opponent and try to get some free points. However, this stopped working the more I played. Instead, I changed my mindset and I realized that if I wasn't getting up to that kitchen line every single point, I wasn't going to be winning much. So I started working hard on my transition game, drilling drops, mid-court game, resets, returns, and made sure I had all the tools I needed to get up to that kitchen line as much as possible. This was an absolute game changer. Train like you compete. While I loved practicing with my friends and doing the stuff that originally got me into the sport, I came to realize that the best players are intentionally working on specific parts of their game by drilling. Drilling is when you pick a part of your game and work on it for repetition, skill acquisition, shot awareness, and to improve that part of your game as a whole. I began implementing this into my weekly routine and everything changed. I was not only becoming a better player, I was becoming more confident in my shots and my abilities. This doesn't mean you have to stop playing rec play. This just means that you need to find the right mix. Also, when you go to play rec games, act like you're in a real match where you're implementing your ideal way of playing. Another crucial part that helped me improve was watching video reviews on my games or my matches. I started filming my matches and watching them like a coach, and I learned more than I could have even imagined. Here's the thing, there are so many parts of your game that you just aren't able to pick up on or notice when you're playing. For instance, when I would watch myself back on film, I noticed how tall I was standing up at the kitchen line. I'm 6'5", I need to be lower. This was a huge problem for me as I had no idea I was playing like this. Seeing your decisions, your tendencies, your body language, this is where the real insight lives. It also will make your training sessions so much more valuable as you'll know exactly what you need to work on. Get yourself a tripod and begin recording your games with your phone. I promise you'll be surprised by how effective this is. Pros treat the transition zone like a bridge between the baseline and the kitchen. When I found this, I began to use the midcourt as a way to take pressure off hitting the perfect third shot drop. I was okay leaving my drop a little high because I learned how to reset the ball and to get to the kitchen line in a couple shots rather than just one. Learn to use the midcourt to your advantage, and this will help take a lot of pressure off your game. Here's a few midcourt tips. Okay, so the first midcourt tip that I think is really helpful and helped me was just making sure that before they hit, I'm split stepping and then I'm keeping my paddle down. You want to make sure that you're covering your feet here because anything up here, especially as you move forward, is most likely going to go long. And you can always cover up here and move up there, but we want to make sure that we're covering our feet first, which is most likely where people are going to attack if we're stuck in this midcourt. Second thing, get your leg behind that ball and then stay calm with your lower body. So rather than lunging and freaking out like this, get there with your leg, stop, and just rebound the ball or kind of push it back into the kitchen and then come back to neutral. I see a lot of times people get there with their feet and then they kind of move as they're trying to reset that ball, rather than just getting there with your leg and staying solid and then coming back to the center. At the pro level, winning just isn't about being the best player you can be. It's about playing smart doubles with your partner. Positioning, communication, patterns, all of it matters. I started seeing myself as half of a team, not just one player, and that mindset changed everything. A lot of times, first-time partnerships don't work out because there's no understanding of what you guys as a team want to do. Then, as you play a few more times, things start to work out. My biggest advice is begin to talk about things with your partner before you step on the court. Discuss who's going to take more middle, whether you want your partner moving up after your third shot, what your game plan is as a team, and more. Win not just as a player, but as a team. All right, I can't emphasize this enough, but your serve is an asset and you need to leverage it. If you want to reach a high level in pickleball, you have to see your serve as a way to take control of the point. Your serve is the only shot in pickleball you have full control over, yet most people just waste it. I started using my serve to create returns I wanted, high, short, into my favorite shot. That made my third shot so much easier and set me up to win more points. Begin to leverage this part of your game and stop seeing your serve as just a way to get the point started. You can drill your serve easily by just taking a bucket of balls and working on hitting different targets while perfecting your new weapon. Stop hunting these one-shot winners, think in combos. A huge change for me was realizing that in order to be a high-level attacker, you need to be able to understand combos. A lot of low-level attackers try to go for these one-shot winners when they see an opening. This keeps your options limited and is not the right mindset. Instead, you need to think in combos. Your first shot attack should always be to set up your second shot attack and sometimes your third. Let's use the triangle combo for instance. This is when you speed up across someone's body to a vulnerable spot and you anticipate where their counter is going so you can be there early for that put away. This mindset should be used for most attacks and will take you from a one-dimensional attacker to someone who's constantly using combos and keeping their opponent on edge. Everything changed for me when I realized better decisions equals more wins. Every rally is a series of decisions: where to hit, when to move, and what target to choose. At the pro level, we win by making a few better decisions per match than our opponent. That's all it takes. Each shot has a probability attached to it, and your job is to weigh your options every time you swing. Thinking like this stops you from making the wrong decisions, like speeding up off your back foot or going for a low percentage winner with no margin. Instead, ask yourself, does this shot put me in a better position than I was before? That mindset is why top players stay so consistent, why building out their points. Great players aren't perfect, they're intentional. Don't chase perfection, chase consistency through better decisions. The last tip can be a controversial one, but I think it is crucial. You need to try and get reps with better players. This one made a massive difference for me. Every time I stepped onto the court with better players, I got exposed, but I got better. I picked up on habits, timing, patterns, and more importantly, I raised my standards. This doesn't mean you always have to play up. Of course, you can get amazing practice with people who aren't better, but the idea is that these better players are not going to let you get away with bad decision-making and lazy habits. When I started getting reps at the higher level, I was forced to stay more focused, I made better decisions, and I played at my best. It helped me see the game differently and play more towards the level that I wanted to be at. So, don't fear getting beat. I want you to lean into it and you're going to learn a lot from this. If you've made it this far in the video, I wanted to tell you about something I've been working hard on. It's called the Pickleball Collective. I truly believe it's going to be the best online instruction out there, not just for tips or drills, but for actual frameworks on how to get to that next level. The same ones I've used to grow my own game and compete at a pro level. This is built to give you a clear path forward about how to see the game differently. If that sounds like something you'd benefit from, hit the link in the description or the pinned comment and join the waitlist. I'd love to help you level up. Getting to the pro level wasn't about magic. It's about making small, consistent improvements in the things that matter. And these 10 tips were game changers for me. Start applying a few of them today, and you'll be shocked by how quickly your game levels up. Thanks for watching, and if this helped you, make sure to subscribe so I can keep making videos like this and help you win more matches. I'll see you in the next one.